Okay then, so we just added a post to our blog. Let's get back into this post and we're going to look at how to optimize it for search engine optimization. So basically we want the search engine to be able to find the post under the keyword that we are kind of going for in our article. So if we're writing about MLM recruiting, we're hoping that people are going to find that when they search in Google for MLM recruiting. There's a few little things that we can do to help us optimize the post. So let's go back to the post. Now, so far I've been going kind of this way to get back to the dashboard, but you really don't need to do that. At the top here it says edit post, and it'll get you straight back to the editing section for that particular post, and that's a little bit quicker. Okay, so now if you scroll down, let me just scroll all the way down to the bottom of this post, you'll see there's a little extra area here called WordPress SEO by Yoast. Now this is actually a plugin that's installed, and it gives you an opportunity to actually add different keywords into kind of the background information of the post. This is known as meta information. So this is what we need to do. So if we was going to write an article about MLM recruiting, we would then want to tell this section what our keyword focus is for this article, and it was MLM recruiting. Okay, so MLM recruiting is our focus. And then what it does is it's very clever. It actually analyzes the article and it asks a few questions. It says, did it find the keyword in the article heading? So it says yes. Page title, yes it did. This is the page title up the top here, MLM recruiting. So it's happy with that. And you see it's kind of scoring everything. It's saying yes, 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 and it's green. Okay, so it's kind of telling you what's right and what's wrong with your particular page from a search engine optimization point of view. Now, it shows here that your title is going to be MLM recruiting Bill's blog. Sometimes you could want to change this. It depends on what yours comes up as, and you can actually change it here. So you might just want to put you might want to improve on that. This is how it's going to look in Google or other search engines. So you might just want to type in there MLM recruiting, I don't know, what works, maybe something like that, what works. Again, that's maybe a slightly better title visually than Bill's blog. So MLM recruiting, what works, although I probably should have a question mark there. Okay, and then the description, you want to just write a very small description. And you know what, I always just take the if the beginning of my article is pretty good, pretty interesting, which it should be, then I'll just put it in the description. And you know what I always do? I always add in the keyword at the beginning, because people will see this in Google and they've searched for that, and they're going to be more likely to click on that particular listing if they see the word, because you'll notice the word ends up being bold. So if someone types in MLM recruiting in Google, Google will actually make the keyword bold in your description and in your heading. So it's kind of a way of getting your listing in Google to stand out a little bit. Just a little tip there. Okay, and once you've done that, as always, don't forget. It's so easy to forget this. Do not forget to update. Okay, update. So now I've done that, you'll notice that we have kind of this little symbol here, and that's not so good. That's kind of saying that it still needs some work. And this is where this particular plugin really comes into its own, because if we scroll down, we'll notice we have general and then we have page analysis. Okay, let's click on page analysis. Now, this is really useful. I can't say how great this is. This is going to give you a list of all of the problems that it thinks your page has in regard to ranking in Google for that particular keyword. Now, the first thing it says is there's only 165 words contained in the body copy. This is below the 300 word recommended minimum. Add some more useful content on this topic for your readers. Okay, so basically that's warning you that this article is too short. Now I'm just doing a tutorial here, so I didn't make the article too long. Then it says the page title is too short, so you can actually go through these and you can keep changing things about your article until it gives you a better score. Okay, so it's kind of like scoring what you're doing. So, for example, in the copy here, I know that it doesn't actually contain the word MLM recruiting. I'm not sure, it may contain it somewhere, but I'm just going to add it in here. I'm going to put, I'm going to sort of change this article to include this keyword. You've got to be careful that you don't do this too much. It's known as keyword stuffing, and Google will actually penalize you if it sees too much of that. So be careful. There's a balance here, and this is where this plugin really helps you, because it tells you if you go over the balance, it will tell you that the keyword, there's too much of the keyword in there. Alright, so just watch out for that. So I'm just going to add maybe MLM recruiting, comma, or something like that, or MLM recruiting, full colon, something like that, just to get that keyword in there a little bit more. Click on update. Okay, and then if I now go to the page analysis, it would have maybe it would have given me a slightly better score. But anyway, hopefully this makes sense. You can just use this, read this, and it tells you exactly what you need to do to change for your page. Now the next big thing with your blog is to get backlinks, of course. But that's a whole nother subject for a whole nother day. Anyway, that's SEO for your posts. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. And that's it, Mark signing out. Thanks for listening. I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye.